God, I didn't even think about Nikki and Lisa. I forget that they do have their own apothecary. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah.
You can
We have
probably
two lovely.
they're the ones I always think about when I think about when I get through with my online training for herbalism, going
Yeah.
through one of them for internship.
We need to get like a I wonder, I don't know if they ship like stuff. We should ask.
I'll ask them. I'll ask them.
Okay. Also, I need to get a plant right here because this is bothering me so bad. I need to
Yeah.
learn how to mount things to my wall because I'm running out of space for my plants, like in front of my window.
If you ever want to learn how to mount things properly to your wall, you usually want to talk to somebody who's in the BDSM community because they know how to make sure they know how to make sure it's like load bearing up to 300 pounds. That way you can plant a whole fucking tree.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's late, you guys, and so me and Vanessa are clocking in overtime during Taurus season, so you know we're truly locked in. If you want to buy us a coffee for our extra sleepiness during Taurus season, oh my god, I just got a Charlie horse out of nowhere.
What?
A Charlie horse.
That is a sign from the gods saying you do not need coffee.
And you know what's even funnier? What's even funnier is that I'm sitting by 2 bananas. So I'm just gonna eat a banana while we're doing this. Yep.
Should we start the show now?
Yes. Let's start the show now. All
Future
right.
Vanessa, hit the fucking intro.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Half-Ass Witchery, the only podcast where astrology meets witchcraft meets chaos, all wrapped into the emotional support burrito that is Taurus season, ladies.
That's right, folks. We survived Aries seasons, and I mean barely. Some of us are still in a coma, and now it's time to slow the fuck down, everything in sight, and stare at a candle for 30 minutes, pretending it's meditation, which I have done.
Taurus season is here to remind us that soft is powerful, stubborn is sexy, sometimes the most radical act of self-love is telling the world to go fuck off. Honestly, I had to do that a lot today. So while you take some naps, honestly, because naps are also needed after you tell the world to fuck off, and then you shove some crystals in your bra to feel vindicated about it all. But before we learn, before we lean into all of that sacred bullshit, let's check in because vibes are grounded, but the mental health, honestly, today, questionable. So
let's talk about the very Taurian thing that Micah's doing right now, which is eating a banana. I know you folks can't see it, but yeah,
both times that we've so this is our second time trying to record this episode, guys. Both times I have started out eating something. If that's not like Taurus like related, I don't know what it is.
That is you just embracing your Taurus moon all the way,
the
way. So, Micah, do you want to start off the check-in?
Yes. So, I will say this as a shameless promo. .com is back up. You want to book a consultation with me or a recorded reading, or get in on the Astrology 101 class, Astrology from the Ground Up. Go ahead and go over there. Do that. We have drop-in classes available, as well as just like actually purchasing the whole like course. It starts on August 24th and goes until March, I do believe. It's a long ass course. So we have actual classes with study sessions, as well as like chart practice sessions thrown in there as well. That's why the class, like, why the whole course is so long. But other than that, today has been rough for me, if I'm being completely honest. Usually Taurus season is my favorite season, but this Taurus season with this Mars-Pluto opposition has been extra gnarly, and I just don't like it. Nobody really likes it because everybody's going through it right now, but honestly, it's for the best. If things come to an ending, just know you're being rerouted. Don't fight it. It's taken me 23 years to learn to not fight it, not to drive my little hooves into the ground and just walk. Just walk. If I'm being rerouted, just walk. That's my wisdom to all of you. And so,
remember, that took her 33 years to figure out, folks.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually ahead of the curve because I'm still trying to figure that out.
I was actually very surprised at how chill I was today about just letting shit go. Because if you would have asked me 3 years ago to let that shit slide. That slid today. That's what I have to say to that. Anyway, other than that, Taurus season has been lovely-ish. The weather in Ohio has been very rainy. We're just starting to see nice weather. It's been raining for the past 7 days, and it feels like 70 days to 70 nights, and I'm not here for it. I do like rainy days, but I'm also currently on like a whole like watching Vampire Diaries kick because the weather is very much like Twilight.
For mentioning Twilight. I hate Twilight so much. I hate Twilight so much.
Honestly,
Shitty.
it's iconic. It's like, how have you been, Vanessa?
Let's see. So we're running late because obviously I had to take my kid to a doctor's appointment. I found out that she's allergic to Careless Weed, but now all I can think is that we can never play Careless Whisper in the house again. And she's also allergic to dust mites, which is pretty common with kids who have asthma, and my kid has asthma. I like to thank my baby daddy for that one. So I've been doing my monthly book club. My next book club is in June. Also, we've been doing the sound bath thing. Yeah, so I'm going to try to do a live YouTube. Micah, if you want to hop in on that, on my page Saturday of the sound bath, because it's really cool. She does this whole meditation, and then we have like the ocean drum, which is fucking amazing. And then we have a rain stick, and then there's somebody who goes around with the tuning forks and also does the tuning forks for each sound bowl that she does. So you're getting that additional readjustment. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Micah, if you come out here and you decide to stay, I already have a job for you. Because they are looking for astrologers. Girl, if you
I can go virtual. I can be virtual.
I mean, if you do, we're getting into a bigger building and they want an astrologer. You're already part of the polygamy. So it's just so all you have to do is just show up now.
You know, what's so funny is that in everything that's happened today has been a rough day for me, guys. And so in all that's happened today, I've been asking myself, what's next? And Anubis has been rudely telling me it's none of your business until it's time. I'm like, please, but
for reasons.
But what I have gotten is that there is some sort of new opportunity or some sort of new like proposal coming very soon. Coming very soon. It's around the corner. But okay, so what does that look like? Because this sounds exciting, but I would like more details and maybe a time frame. And so if they're looking for a virtual astrologer, hit me up.
I think they'd want you here, but I would honestly, if you came out here and you decided to stay, I would actually pay for your license.
You know, I forgot about the fact that Arizona, you needed a license. This almost deters me a little bit because I'm like, what do you mean I need a license to read stars?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a scam.
Well, I don't hate it. I like once it's explained to me, it does weed out like it does weed out a lot of creepers because they do that background check. But I don't like that you have to get a license for every place you read at. I would like it to be more like a massage license where it's portable.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair. Speaking of us being sleepy and tired, which I think is also a very Taurus-like thing, but maybe it's just because it's past my bedtime and I'm a Pisces with a Taurus moon. And so, as a Taurus moon, let me know. Other Taurus moons, let me know. But do you guys also pile your bed up with the most fluffiest pillows? Because I just have a harem of pillows in my bed. I have one.
The kid has squishmallows that are bigger than me.
Right. That's right. That's how you sleep there. That's how you sleep right there.
Part of it is Mountain Man's fault.
I wonder if that's like an earth sign thing.
I think it might be just an earth sign thing. So Mountain Man buys me stuffies. I think he buys me stuffies because he's a man and he doesn't want the stuffies, and also he has to sleep on the floor or else his back will hurt for days. So he buys me the stuffies so he can vicariously live through me in stuffies.
Honestly, we love that. We love a vicarious king. We love that. Okay, so where I was going with all of the sleep stuff is, what is the laziest way that you have performed witchcraft? Because I feel like we all do it at some point where we're just tired, but it's a full moon that we really want to harness, or something that we just really want to harness, or some vendetta we have against no one in particular, and we're like, I'm gonna do it, but we're
Yes,
tired.
yes.
What is like the most simple, because we won't say it's necessarily lazy. Sometimes it's just simple. What is the simplest way? But for the sake of Taurus season, what is the laziest way? You have worked magic, Vanessa, and then I'll go.
So I know that in the original recording, I said it. I literally just took a piece of paper and a pen, and I used to do sigil magic when I worked at the call center at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized what the other lazy way was. So I have this app called Insight Timer,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a meditation app. I have literally done magic while sleeping using the Insight Timer.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
You cannot get more Taurus than that.
Yes. While like manifesting in your sleep. If that's not like a Taurus Pisces thing, I love that. Because that could fit into Taurus as well, or Pisces as well.
I've been doing magical tips of the day, by the way, on Blue Sky, and I gave a really cool one too.
I have got to
Be
get
helpful.
more into Blue Sky. I go a couple like days of the week where I do Blue Sky religiously, and then I just fall off of it. I need to get better at that because I really don't want to go back to Instagram. Okay, so I'm going to list my laziest way, but also kind of a recycled way. So I think like the misconception is that Taurus is cheap. It's not that Taurus is cheap. It's that Taurus doesn't like to waste things, and it also wants to invest in quality things. And so it just won't buy anything. It'll buy very specific things that are high quality. And so when we're talking about lazy magic, it's getting the best bang for your buck. So we're talking essentially magic that is very minimal, that serves different purposes. And so where you can repurpose things.
So tell me what your laziest way, because what I've repurposed before, after you say your laziest thing, that is very Taurian.
Washing my hair. Like I will be washing my hair on Saturday.
Mhm.
I will be washing my hair, washing all of the negative energy out my hair, especially if you have wax. Washing your hair can do wonders. Literally, I have been through the messiest of breakups that I am struggling to get through. I wash my hair, I'm done. I don't have those same feelings about this person or the situation that I had prior to washing my hair. Washing your hair is like the simplest magic of all. Other than that, the laziest way is maybe just washing my body and envisioning things. Envisioning anything, I think, is a very simple / lazy way of working magic. But also, I will say a repurposing way that I work magic was actually on the full moon in Libra that we had in Aries season, where Venus and Saturn were conjunct each other. And so for that, I put activated charcoal into a bowl of water, because charcoal is Saturn, like rules over charcoal. And so we have a Saturn element being put into water. And then we have, then I put some like rose petals in the water as well to represent Venus. And then I just put it out into the moon. And then we've got moon water infused with Saturn and Venus energy. And then I use that to water my plants, to wash my hair, or to do an anointing thing, but also to wash my floors. Repurposed. Nothing has been wasted.
That's fucking genius. I love that. So what are the repurposed things that I do? Baybel cheese, the little waxy things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to make little wax figures out of them after I had the cheese.
Yeah.
And then using them in my jar spells.
Nice. I like that.
So I have a wax figure. I got to bring it home. I have a wax figure of my friend. And I've started doing that.
Does she wash the jar?
Yes, she does. I've started putting my friends in various jars. I have of my one friend in a money jar. I'm probably going to put you in a jar soon. With consent, of course. So my friend had asked me to put her in a jar when she was studying for her insurance exam. So that's why she's in a jar, because she actually asked me to put her in a jar to help her hone in on her focus. Yeah.
So we talked about our laziest ways. So other than magic, is another part of Taurus season is just relaxing and comfort and values and things like that. What are some of the things that you do to like decompress during Taurus season that are also walking that very fine line of self-care care versus basically just kind of avoiding, like, yes. Like, Vampire Diaries has had me in a chokehold for the past 2 weeks. I watched this show. When did I first watch this show for the first time? I think I watched it for the first time all the way through last year, and because I watched the whole TVB universe backwards. So I started off with Legacies, and then I watched the original, and then I watched Vampire Diaries. And so I watched Vampire Diaries for the first time ever last year. And at first, I wasn't really feeling it all like that. But now it's my comfort show right now. And to a point where I will wake up and I want to be on the couch with a blanket watching Vampire Diaries all day. And my only motivation for getting work done is so that I can watch Vampire Diaries by 2 o'clock and just do nothing else. So
that's awesome. That's a Capricorn thing, by the way. Capricorn rising shows in that.
My Capricorn rising has been, I think so, yeah, because of the work thing of like trying to bribe myself into working.
Yeah, because you know what I would do as a double Gemini? I'd say fuck it to work and start going straight to.
I think also like my Capricorn rising shows because I'm like, okay, I can taskmaster this. I can actually no, I don't even try to do that with Vampire Diaries because I would never get any work done. With trying to have it on because my computer in one part of the living room and I can see my TV from right where I'm sitting. And so I've been thinking, what if I just watch Vampire Diaries but I know that wouldn't work, so I've never tried that. But I do definitely bribe myself and say, okay, if I start work now, I should be done by 2 o'clock and solidly huddled up.
So this is why the TV is locked, by the way. Swear to God, Mountain Man has to lock the TV during the day to get my shit done because I don't self-care. I completely 100% disassociate. As soon as I get a lunch break, I'm watching Modern Family and the kids starting to walk through the door at 4:30 and my lunch break started at 12.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is also why like a lot of people like if you reach out to me on social media, if I don't respond right away, it's because I'm trying really hard not to because social media is a huge problem for me too.
Okay. Do your well, I guess you kind of did your self-care / disassociating. Did you have any more that you wanted to talk about?
So my self-care that I actually enjoy doing that doesn't allow me doesn't help me disassociate. And I don't know, maybe this is a very Taurus thing or maybe it's a Scorpio thing. It's masturbation.
Masturbation, honestly, if I'm just bored and I've got nothing to do, that thought crosses my mind. It's very much a Taurus thing. It is very much a Taurus thing. Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's something I like to do to kind of, align my root and sacral chakra.
When I am on the brink of a panic attack, and it's almost bedtime anyway, I just go buzz one out. I go DJing on the ones and twos. And I just do that and sit in the bathroom. Like it will very much start out as I'm in the bathroom for a reason. And then I'm just sitting on the toilet for an hour on my phone.
Why? Why is that a thing? That we both like that's just, something I do too.
I'm like, it's just relaxing. I mean, the bathroom is such an intimate place. It's so small and just so intimate and private. It's great.
This is spoken like a woman who doesn't have kids. I'm so jealous of you.
Like I was thinking about that as I was saying private, and I was like, my whole house is private. Well, technically, I do have a child. Benny acts like my child. Because he is constantly sitting outside the bathroom door waiting for me to come out. So technically, I still have no privacy even in the bathroom.
You are so much more lucky than I remember. Sombra's better about it now. But once Sombra figured out how to unlock doors, Sombra's smart. Sombra is smart. She figured that shit out when she was 6 years old.
Oh my God.
So I never had a moment. Never had a moment after that. I couldn't have those moments. The door had to be open because I had to make sure she wasn't causing a ruckus.
This is still in the bathroom. I'll turn the heat. I'll turn the heat on the water all the way up because I don't pay for the water bill in my apartment. And so I blast the heat. I turn it full on heat for the water. Close the door to the bathroom. Just let the water run for like 15 minutes. Open it back up so that essentially my bathroom has become a steam room. And then I continue letting it just run. I'm not even in the bathtub yet, or I'm not even in the shower yet. And I just sit on the toilet enjoying the steam. And then I'll get in the shower, get into fetal position, and just let the water run down my knees.
I'm just gonna send you one of my bath bombs.
The crazy thing is that I've been doing this shit since I was a kid, sitting in the shower. There were times where my mom actually started catching me one time where she would tell me to go take a shower, and I would turn on the shower and everything, but I would sit on the edge of the tub in between the actual outer curtain and the liner. So I was fully protected from water, and I would just sit there, hand in hand, and go to sleep. And my mom kept wondering, she was like, "Why are you coming out of the shower dry? Why are you still coming out of the shower funky?" And then she caught me one day, and I was asleep on the edge. And then for that time, for a little while after that, I was not allowed to take a shower by myself. She would be in there and making sure I was washing my ass.
Oh my god.
No.
Something my kid used to like to do when they were little was read in the bathtub. Hold on. They could barely read, and they were trying to read my book in the bathtub. There's a lot of books that had water damage because somebody was trying to read in the bathtub about witchcraft.
No. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Self-care on top of productivity that somehow meshes into lazy productivity. That is what Taurus season is all about. Okay, other than that, we are quickly approaching the end of our episode here.
Yes. So, folks, just to let you know, yes, this is a shorter episode. It's because we started late. Micah has to go to sleep at a certain time. I've been sleeping basically I've been sleeping like shit lately.
We're trying to do good things with our body.
This is a bit of a shorter record, folks, but we promise that we're going to make Gemini and Cancer a whole hell of a lot of fun.
Yes, but that's okay. Taurus season, we love you, Taurus season. The length of the episode, sometimes it's not about how long it is. It's about the width.
And this is a very girthy episode.
This is very girthy. It's just packed with quality and girth. Sometimes you're not a grower. Sometimes you're not a shower, you're a grower. I'm tired. You know what I mean.
It's not about the length. I mean, this is a very girthy episode, but it's also about how you use this episode today, folks. Yes. How are you going to use this episode to make it pleasurable for you?
So far, this season has been very interesting. I'm just going to do a very light overview of Taurus season so far. We had Venus and Pluto doing Devil's Tango a couple days ago, which was very much like the vibes of it was like rom-com meets thriller. Halfway through, it was giving your ex is texting you. It's giving I need holy water to escape this soul tie that I just agreed to. We're gonna have Saturn go into Aries at the end of May, which is gonna be something because Jupiter will also go into Cancer next month, but we're not even there yet. So I don't know why I said that, but we got Saturn going into Aries where it hates being. And really, that's all you need to know for May. That's the main event. Saturn is leaving Pisces for a little bit. It'll be back. It's leaving Pisces for a little bit, going into Aries where it's very angry. It's very angsty. And then it'll go back into Pisces, I think in October. So, yeah. Taurus season has come with all the sensual love bombing that you could ever want. So, enjoy that. But other than that, Other than that, let's go ahead and get into the tarot scope. We're actually going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do these tarot scopes as roasts because we thought that'd be fun. Because Taurus is known for stonewalling people when we're talking about asserting itself and handling its anger or handling frustration or passion or whatever. Taurus asserts its boundaries by just stonewalling people. We were talking about how Aries will just tell you and cut you off. Taurus will just stonewall. But Aries might actually come back around at some point because they don't stay mad for long. But okay, Vanessa, you're starting us off with Aries.
So Aries, I'm using as Micah likes to call it, the sassy deck, because this is the deck that like just kind of just fucking goes off on people all the time.
Yeah.
And what I drew for you guys is Four of Cups reverse. I do read cards in reverse, even though this particular deck doesn't do reversals. So Four of Cups in reverse, based on this deck, is usually family ties and history and what your line is, what your blood is. Aries, it is in your blood to fight motherfuckers. You are desperate to start fights this Taurus season. And I don't know if it's because you still have a lot of that pent up angst from your season where you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna blow up everybody. Fuck you all. Or if you are just, you weren't invited to the barbecue that your family is throwing. So you're just gonna blow up everybody. Reverse is saying that you actually want to fight against your nature of fighting with people because they're not going to be as forgiving as you are when you're done being angry.
Okay. So I feel like that roast was very nice. I feel like you're just warming up, Vanessa. I'm scared.
Because
All
my
right,
sign's next.
Taurus. This season, Taurus season, is your season. So we've got the sun in your first house, and so we've got the Fool card for your tarot scope for Taurus season. Oh, look at you. You finally decided to risk something by walking off a metaphorical cliff in slow motion. If you're really in your main character era here, but I'm really wondering why you're still acting like an NPC. Just wondering. Let me know. Get back to me. The Fool is your first house, and it's really cute, but I think you're definitely in that like new identity who dis phase as well. Like we said, main character energy, giving very much still NPC. You need to own it, Taurus. Just try not to trip over your own stubbornness on the way to reinvention phase. Okay? That is for you, Taurus.
All right, mi gente. We got the Page of Disc. We hate it. Do you know why we hate the Page of Disc? Because in this card, it's always talking about the people who have to do the work, the apprentices, who have to do the work behind the scenes after all the cool shit happens. I get that we don't like being the main characters, but really, we fucking love being the main characters. Don't fucking lie to yourself. I stopped. Maybe you need to too. The Page of Disc is saying, hey, you're not actually the main fucking characters, but you're still doing some shit. It'd be awesome if you actually finished your shit for once. For once. We're looking at the Page of Disc saying, hey, you got some shit started? Let's fucking finish it for once. Prove people wrong. And let's finish our shit that we're starting in the Page of Disc.
Hey, Cancer. So Taurus season is your 11th house, and we have the Devil for you. Cancer. So your friendships are toxic. You're trauma bonded to at least 3 group chats. I'm wondering what's going on there because you love it. I know you love it. The Devil in your 11th house is just refusing to cut off the fake spiritual friends. Why am I so tongue tied?
Because it's late.
I know. Because I'm like, anyway. Yes, you're needing to cut off those fake spiritual friends who cleanse crystals, but still hexes their ex every Mercury retrograde. Maybe try choosing community over codependency this season. Just saying. Just saying. The Devil. That's for you, too.
Leos. So this deck, like I said, it is the sassy deck. I got the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands comes with a story about how Alegua decided that he kind of got annoyed with this one village being stupid about some shit. So he painted himself half black and half red and then walked straight in the middle of the road. And the whole people fought over what color he was. And then when he walked the other way, they continued fucking fighting about what color he was, even though they just saw that the other side was right. What does this say about you guys? Well, if you're being a legua, y'all like to start some shit, but you don't want to finish it because you just want the attention. You just want everybody to look at you and fight over you and think that you're great, and you're not, because I don't think you are. But if you're in the village, which, come on, I don't know a Leo who would actually be in the village unless it's the village people. Why are you trying to prove that you're right about something even though you know you're wrong? Just accept that you're wrong sometimes. Like, this is this time you will fight over some dumb shit because you are sincere that you're right, or you will get people to fight over you because you are starved for attention and you didn't get hugged enough as a baby. I don't fucking know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're right.
Virgo. What?
I said, yeah, you're right. I was just warming up.
You were. You totally were. Virgo. We got the Three of Pentacles for you. This Taurus season is your 9th house. What do I have to say about this? Classic Virgo. Turning higher learning into group projects no one asked for. That's the vibes. You're out here giving dissertation energy when the universe just wanted you to vibe. Stop micromanaging your spiritual growth and maybe let people be dumb in peace. Just saying. Three of Pentacles. That's yours, Virgo.
Libra. Ben aquí. Ben aquí. Eight of Swords reverse. Traditionally, the Eight of Swords talks about being in your own prison. And here it talks about your words being both your greatest prize and your worst enemy. You guys are fucking air signs and you should be able to fucking talk without putting your foot in your mouth. So why are you doing that? You dumbasses. Yes, I'm specifically calling out certain people in my family that like to talk and then put their foot in their freaking mouth. This season, you're definitely doing a whole lot of that. You're just making yourselves your worst enemy by talking. So maybe, actually, don't maybe. There is no maybe. You will. For the sake of not having this come true, shut the fuck up and just listen.
Scorpio. Taurus is your 7th house. And so we have the Hanged Man for you. So basically, relationships have got you hanging on like emotional jerky, right? I think that's what we're saying here. The Hangman is saying that it's time to let go, but knowing you'd rather cling to the pain because it's transformational. Bitch, release the crusty soul tie and stop calling it a karmic contract. Just be done. That's for you, Scorpio.
Also, karmic contracts are bullshit. Let's all just say it. Karmic contracts are bullshit. Say it with me now.
Karmic contracts are bullshit.
Thank you. So that brings us to Sagittarius. I got the Eight of Wands in reverse for you guys. Y'all are asking for a sign. You're getting a sign and then you're ignoring the fucking sign. You are getting signs this month that are just short of you getting punched in the face by God him or herself. And then you're like, I need a sign. I'm not willing to make any kind of movement till I get a sign that this is the right sign. Motherfuckers, just move. It is the right sign. Stop getting and then saying, I need a sign. Do you need them to fist you so you know it's a sign?
Oh my God.
Be arranged.
Goodness. Hey, Capricorn, we have got the Taurus is going to be your 5th house. And so we've got the Knight of Swords. You're bulldozing into creative projects, love affairs, and possibly parenthood, like a caffeinated war general. The Knight of Swords is giving, I fucked around and found out. Maybe channel that sword into art and not your latest hookup psyche. Maybe. They're not worth it. Anyway.
So what sign had gotten the devil before?
Cancer.
So Cancer got the devil upright. You all get the devil reverse. Let me clap for you. You've learned to refuse temptation. I know how hard it was to understand it was actually fucking temptation. But you said no. You're saying no to the things that you know are just not good for you. I want to congratulate you on that because I know how hard it was for your little tiny brains to understand that. I'm going to get so much shit from my Aquarius friends later when they listen to this episode. But I understand, like, you see the shiny, you always want to go for the shiny. So congratulations for not going for the fucking shiny this season. Now, let's see if you can actually focus on the shit that needs to be done and go do it.
All right. Last but not least, Pisces. Taurus is your 3rd house. We got the Queen of Wands. I really like this. The communicating with main character energy. You're communicating with main character energy, but you're still texting like a cryptic oracle on Shrew. What's that about? Queen of Wands is the time to speak up, show out, and maybe stop flirting with us. Maybe stop flirting via telepathy. I'm tired. God, I'm on Shrew. Say what you want, Pisces. For once, we beg, we plead, we are on our knees groveling. Please just say the damn thing. That is for you. Right. All right, we have reached the end of our episode. If I could, I would cue the Boys to Men song. It's so hard to say goodbye.
I will have to look that up to see.
I was just saying.
actually play.
Probably none of it.
But
I feel like probably none of it.
But if that's the case, I'm going to need an audio record of you reading the lyrics.
Hold on.
Like William Shatner.
Okay, hold on.
While Micah's looking for that, let me let you know where you can find us. You can find it, Micah, at Eden I Tarot and at Eve on TikTok and Blue Sky. You can find me at Bella Bruja, BellaBruja, on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Not Twitter, because fuck that. You may have to put a dash between Bella and Bruja, but you will find me there. You can book us for pretty much anything on our respective sites. So EdenIAstro.com. Sign up for her Astrology 101 class because it is freaking awesome. You can also find me at BellaBruja.com. Links are in the show notes, obviously. And you can book me for one-on-one witch classes, tarot readings, or if you need a custom spell kit, because sometimes motherfuckers need to get put in a jar, reach out to me and I'll teach you how to do, I will get you all the supplies you need, and then we will walk through together how you would do that, because I don't do the magic for you. You do it for yourself because it's way more effective. Micah, are you ready to sing us out?
Yes.
Go ahead.
How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made us laugh outweighed the bad. I didn't even know these were the lyrics. I thought we'd get to see forever, but forever is gone away.